I just wanted to show another feature of this 3D video game project that I was working on last year in my free time. And so I thought maybe the asset management system might be nice to get into. And I'm not going to show the whole thing. That would maybe take a little bit too long, but I just wanted to demonstrate an aspect of it that works, for speeding up development. At least, for me as a solo developer, I find this very easy to work with and nice to work with. So this file is the assets.jai file to source. And here's the source folder. Here's assets.jai. This is the file we're looking at. This was generated by the build system. And what it is a bunch of constants, like obj base model here is a constant that refers to a path to an asset relative to the assets folder and a hash of that path. So one of the things that I find really annoying in some projects, a lot of projects, is that moving assets around can be a total pain. So a path, an asset changes path, and you've got a hard-coded reference to that asset in your code, and all of a sudden that reference breaks. So for my purposes anyway, I like this system where essentially as long as the asset is in the project, this name reference is good. The path can change, and that doesn't really matter, right? So if we go to let's go to prefabs. So if you've used Unity, you know that prefabs means something else a little bit, but for me, a function procedure can just be a prefab. So it's a type of thing, and it has parameters. It's prefab, right? Okay, so here the human entity is spawned. Here the physics data is set. Here is where we load or get. So basically, this is where we get the reference to the mesh asset, which either loads it, or if it's already loaded, then it won't load it, right? And here's mesh, final base mesh is the asset. And then here's where we set the mesh. Actually, here's where we set the array of meshes, which it only has one. The player object, or this specific human object, or any human objects, only has one mesh. So I'm going to go back to assets, just so you can see. OBJ final base mesh is that constant. So that's prefabs. Great. So this refers to that constant. And if we go to go ahead and build, then we can play. And this this mesh here, this human guy, this player character mesh is that mesh, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. So what happens if I go into the File Explorer here and back out over to the Assets folder and go to the Meshes, and then here's Final Base Mesh right here. I'm going to move it back one, so up to the top level directory of assets. Rather than being in the Meshes directory, now it's in the top level directory. Go ahead and save that change. And we're going to go ahead and build. We're going to build twice here because it's a little bit of a quirk of the system. But once we build twice, if we open the assets file, see that Final Base Mesh refers to that file in the top level folder. And if everything has gone correctly, then we can play the game. And look at that, it's loaded all the same. So you can, or I can, this project's really just for me, but I can move all of the asset files around all I want, and that doesn't matter. It won't break the references. So I think that's pretty cool. Thank you for watching.